experience with the hands-on activities, it was so interesting because of the activities that were involved. It's so engaging, and we had the opportunity to manipulate the materials that was brought on board, and it makes the lesson so lovely for us.
It was very interesting, and in fact that was my first time having training on science, hands-on activities, how to handle some topics that I normally find challenging in science. So I remember when we went for the training, a lot of activities were taught, and then we went through a lot, and then I also enjoyed it. In fact, yeah, because at first I was thinking we need to be having a lot of materials in the school before we can teach certain lessons, but when you went there, it got to me that no, it's not always that we need to buy certain things or we should demanding certain things from the government before we can do certain things. So I got to know that even the things around me can be very useful in my lesson. So I enjoyed it much. Yeah.
It was fun, and I was really motivated because the facilitator did his best to bring out the good things in us. Yes, so I was really having fun and learning at the same time.
So now I want someone, before we go to today's lesson, I want someone to define what is airborne disease, and then any airborne disease. And that's an airborne disease. And then nobody here can say airborne disease. Place the matches on the matches box and ignite one. Nearby Ben said, answer matches to box me and close back on who best something me can now we can the matches back never back on that table.
Yeah, the matches in a candle. Near the matches, yes, so candle. Near the candle, yana candle, no matches, near ye matches, be a decido. Even a upper matches so cold, Nania Shui. Ebo one and Catawana, in Bema woven chain, Bubenya Beach. Oh, yeah, solid mixture. No solid liquid mixture. Oh, we know that's yeah, solid gas mixture. Or some musiabo. Or some musiabo. No, or some society. Of fire chalk. That means solid mixture. Oh, we know your hand picking. No, ye chalk no yen separate. So we also not the mixture. No, was in a fry. No, yes, mixture. Yeah, the practicals. No, the children. Until I am winning them.
In the working water, you take 3 primary carriers and a disposable cup. 6 disposable cups. You pour the 3 primary colors in 3 disposable cups and 3 empty cups on every side of the color. And you put tissue in the one that the color is in and the empty disposable cup, and the color combined to get a secondary color.
One of the impact that we see, children formally don't like teaching, learning science. Just to teaching science is also a problem to them. But after the workshop, see they get the materials from the environment. They don't have anything difficult in teaching science. And children too, after the experiment that they be taken through, the activities, even when just they come to teach science, you see all of them they are happy. So they are even very surprised to come and witness it.
We learned that the solar system consists of 8 planets. That's what we are going to learn this morning. The solar system that we did, I taught them theory method. On the board, I list all the 8 planets. I wrote them, I asked the children to name the 8 planets. They couldn't. But we go to the practical aspect. We arrange how the 8th planet is. And I gave them a card. After that, I asked them to name some of the planets. They were able to name it.
I did some with the kids, and in fact, they always want to enjoy more. One example was a tug of war that we engage ourselves in fact, and And the solar system, the movement, they didn't say what is this, but the moment they finished, I said, this is the solar system that we have been talking about. So the planet said, did they move? Yes, they move. So, but you can't see through the book. But when you do the activity, you see that planet always what? Move.
I got to realize that in my teaching, formerly we used to do the teacher-centered method, but I got to realize it would rather help if I use the practical method.
Initially, I really thought teaching science subject was a very difficult thing, and you know, in our Ghanaian system of education, the lecturing method was used most for us. But when I had the training, I realized I could incorporate all these available materials to teach my kids, and they loved it. Sometimes if I want to teach, I'll just tell them the topic that you treat the following day, and then they will prepare their materials and then they will bring. And when I give them the task, they really think about it, they engage among themselves, and then they bring out their maximum best.
One thing I have observed that the moment I tell them that maybe tomorrow or next week, maybe we will do a hands-on practical, nobody will absent. The absenteeism has slowed down. That is the first thing I have observed, because anybody want to participate in the practical, whether it is movement activity or practicals.
Before the training, you could realize that we were using only lecturing method. So with that one, mostly the attendance especially, it was low. But when we introduced the pen, that is hands-on activities in our science lesson, you could see that anytime it's time for science, they came in their numbers. And the most interesting part is the moment you bring in the science, it was like, yay, today we are coming to do something. I was like, wow. So you could see that their involvement in the lesson becomes more, and their attendance also increased.
At first, I want to be frank with you, I didn't like teaching science. Even when the information came that they are selecting some teachers to go for that training, I didn't want to partake in that seriously. My headmaster called me and I said, no, I'm not interested. The PRO had to call me, so I just have to opt. And then we went for the training, and it's changed everything. My way of seeing science, science subject, and teaching it has been fun, and it has really boosted my confidence level in teaching science subjects, and we want more of this training in other subjects too.
And I would like to say a big thank you to PEN for bringing such program on board. In fact, making science, teaching of science so interesting for us. It is my wish that as we have encountered, it will continue like that for us to get more access and broaden our knowledge on it. So thank you very much.
I would say a very big thank you to PEN for their program. And we also thank them for the experience they have given to us as teachers. We are not only teaching the children as to how to do it, but we also learn from what we teach. So we thank them for the knowledge they have first and foremost imparted into us to impart onto our children as well.